Okay, so in addition to that video, what I wanted to tell you is the things that you want to avoid in your life as far as the foods that are going to make your menopause symptoms worse are things that usually heat our body up inside. Now, there's kind of a double-edged sword because thermogenic foods tend to speed up our metabolism. So if you wanted to have them in the morning. But I'm not going to promise that it's not going to induce or magnify any hot flashes that you're having. But if you want to have them, that's typically the time of day that you should have them. When you get to the afternoon hours or into the evening, you want to avoid them at all costs because not only are they going to make your symptoms worse, they are probably going to keep you up at night. So here are the list of things off the top of my head. Things like caffeine. That's a bit of a no-brainer. Hot spices. Okay, so things like cayenne pepper, chili peppers, any of the things that have hot and spicy like wasabi as well, horseradish. Those are the things you definitely want to avoid. Sometimes even cinnamon can be a trigger as well because it is a thermogenic, so it does speed up our internal combustion engine. It speeds up our metabolism by increasing our internal temperature. So while you're having hot flashes and night sweats, you don't really want that to happen. Also, things like ginger, again, it's really good for you, but if you're having a problem with those things, you want to avoid it. So the things that you do want to incorporate into your diet that are going to make your symptoms a little bit better are things like cruciferous vegetables, and I always have a hard time saying that word. So things like broccoli, cauliflower. So they have something in them called DIM, D-I-M. Google it. You can actually buy DIM capsules online, but they actually help to balance your estrogen levels. And they're really, really good at doing it. The other thing that is really good at balancing your estrogen levels, and in fact, lowering the harmful estrogen and increasing the good estrogen, or putting the brakes on your body producing too much of it, saying, look, we've got it under control, is tempeh or fermented soy. There is so much disagreement about soy products on the market. Some people say absolutely have your soy. Other people say absolutely not. I am in the middle row. I don't believe that traditional soy products are good for you. Things like tofu, soy burgers and soy hot dogs, soy milk. The reason being is that 99% of them are genetically modified. Not good. And they are a big crop in North America. I'm talking big. Because if you take a look at any packaged food, it has some sort of soy in there. Yeah. So the problem with conventional soy, not only is it genetically modified, but if it's not fermented, it actually increases the bad soy. And the bad soy, there are 3 different kinds in a woman, the bad estrogen. And there are 3 different types in a woman's body. And the bad estrogen increases our cancer risk. So you don't want to be having that, right? But if you ferment the soy, so you can have fermented soy milk, sure, fermented tofu, you can have fermented tempeh, great, no problem. Because what that does is it actually helps to increase the good estrogen and it decreases the bad estrogen. Here's the other thing about traditional soy products. They have anti-nutrients. So they strip your body of vital nutrients. So they're actually leaving you depleted. And fermented soy has what is called oh my gosh, I just forgot it. But it's the opposite of an anti-nutrient. It actually stops anything from stripping it from your body, and it actually adds nutrients to your body. And the protein available in a fermented soy product is incredibly high. Not a high, but high. So that is my beef when it comes to soy products. You absolutely do not want to have any of the traditional soy. Oh yes, the fermented soy, it actually gets rid of anti-nutrients. So This is another really cool side effect of menopause, is that your brain becomes like a gnat. You forget what you're saying and you have to retrace your steps and come back on track. But admitting it is half the problem, or half the solution, I should say. Okay, so those are some of the foods that you absolutely want to avoid and what you want to add into your diet. Fruit as well. Again, back to that whole sugar thing I was talking about on my blog and in a previous video. Fruit is sugar, okay? It's fructose, it's sugar. But when you're eating it as a whole fruit, it is much better than having the fruit juice, because as we all know, we've seen the ads, it's just pure sugar, right? Back to that insulin sensitivity and carbohydrate intolerance. That's something you want to be mindful of. Now, there are some fruits that are better than others, some that are mostly water, they're mostly nutrition, and they have a lot of fiber. Those things are berries. Berries are amazing. So if you have your half a cup of blueberries and again, a little bit underripe banana, those things are really great. So always look for the things that have high fiber, low sugar, and a really high water content. Berries, strawberries, blackberries, raspberries, blueberries are very good for menopause. So those are the types of fruits that you want to eat at this stage of the game. Okay, so I hope I have made that as clear as mud. If you have any questions, let me know. Head to my blog, monicadiane.com, and there you will find a whole bunch of information on what you can do to actually help your body and your mind through this stage of life so that you are thriving. Okay, we'll see you in the next video.